Wow, I like this view. Kevin, thank you. Thank you for your words. Thank you for your leadership. And most importantly, thank you for the example you set for your colleagues. Can we give it up for Kevin? So, I'm honored to stand before you today as your superintendent and to welcome you to the 15-16 school year. Talk about a whirlwind of activities. This summer's been filled with excitement, many changes, and most importantly, great anticipation of this day. Welcoming you back and welcoming our new staff to the Sycamore family. So in just a few moments, I'm anxious to share my passions for this district and the priorities for our work this year. But before I do any of that, and as is tradition at this event, it is important that I recognize and thank many people. First and foremost, our Board of Education. Now, our members of our board, both individually and collectively, provide incredible leadership to our district and support for your outstanding work. They lead by example, with passion for our district and support for you. So first, I'd like to begin by recognizing our board president, Mrs. Diane Adamek. Our vice president, John Mercurio. Board member, Jean Staubach. Board member, Ken Richter. And the newest member of our board who joined in the spring, Paul Ballant. Let's give these incredible leaders a round of applause, please. Secondly, to our new assistant superintendent, Karen Neighbor, who works so closely with the staff development committee to plan an impactful day of professional learning for each one of you and for all of us. Karen, I salute you and your fantastic committee for your leadership. Can we give them a round of applause? If you are on that staff development committee, can you please stand and be recognized? We'd love to see you. Stand up, please. Staff development. There you go. So now, I'd like to recognize the newest members of our family. And we'll do this by building. And when we do this, we ask that as I read your name, you stand. And when the entire building has been announced, we'll recognize them with a round of applause. So let's start with our friends from Blue Ash Elementary. Give it up for Blue Ash. Gail Haratsu, Emily Hoffmeister, Rachel Howard, Bethany Mulkey, and Erica Haber. Please stand. For Mapledale Elementary, Matthew Conklin, Sarah Cranston, Beth Gaines, Alyssa Hoffman, and our newest member who was hired Friday, Heather Lillou. Please stand. From Sims Elementary, Katie Dostal, Megan Waters, and Maggie Egan. At Montgomery Elementary, Ashley Fitzpatrick, Melanie McLaughlin, Sarah Goddard, Erin Kometz, and Amy Brennan. Please stand. Welcome. At E.H. Green Intermediate, Julie Wolf, Casey Garland, Kelly Klosterman, Misty Harris, Lena Lopez, and Jessica Davis. Way to go, girls. At Sycamore Junior High, Amy Bonham, Stephanie Dunn, Jesse Callahan, Leah Hostler, Tyler James, Misty Belfrum, Hannah Wine, Matt Nickel, Tracy Ray, and Damon Davis. How about that? And at Sycamore High School, Alex Frost, Ben Vore, Darius Powell, Stephanie Dunn, Julie Tyre, Dave Hunterlaw, Derek Richardson, Ben Tilton, Sarah Chapman, Mike Hahn, welcome back, Mike, Jennifer Walsh, Mike Kennedy, Ann Delahanty Koenig, and Ashley Warren. At the district office, Suzanne Carl and Mallory Bondright. And we've had some people take on some new roles because of my domino. So Karen Neighbor, obviously you know, is our new assistant superintendent. Stacy Spencer was appointed director of student services in the spring. And Brian Wallace is our new director of human resources. We've also made our elementary buildings whole with administrative support for teachers, staff, and parents. So I'd like to recognize those great people. Jessica Ralston at Sims Elementary. Amy Belek at Montgomery Elementary. Maya Jones will be full-time at Blue Ash Elementary. And how about this? Anne-Marie Reinke back at Mapledale Elementary. And Meryl Lee Tanner is now full-time at E.H. Green. What a great group. Just amazing, amazing people. So, in deciding what I wanted to share with you today, I could have easily wowed you, or maybe bored you, with charts and graphs on achievement scores, value-added scores. Wait, we don't have those yet. School funding, another great topic. Now that certainly is important work, and I will talk about a renewed focus on this later in my remarks, and we will dedicate ample time for that. Instead, I wanted to share what's in my heart and what I believe is important for us to continue to be successful as a school district and in service to students. These pillars emanate from my passions and beliefs about how we continue to thrive as an organization and a family. So what are these passions? Well, first, my passion about how we have and will continue to be successful are deeply rooted in my belief that our mission as educators is to serve others, our students, our families, and each other. There's definite power in being servant leaders to others, whether it's going that extra mile for that student, assisting that colleague who is struggling with a technique, or simply assisting a family in need. We get better ourselves, better as an organization, by serving others. Sycamore is a special place because of our service approach. It is why families entrust us with their children. And each day it should be our mission to dedicate the functions of our profession and our jobs to serving others. The students in our classroom, the colleagues across the hall, the families in need. Now, Gordon Hinckley wrote, "The happiest people I know are the ones that lose themselves in the service to others." Continue to serve. That is who we are, it is what we do, and that is why we will continue to be successful. And I count on you to hold me accountable to do the same. Second, we cannot do this job in the interest of our students alone. We need and must lean on each other. We know, and you have heard me say, relationships are the key to everything we do. We are not put on earth for ourselves, but are placed here for each other. If you are there always for others, then in time of need, someone will be there for you. The relationships we develop and nurture with our students, our families, and each other drive everything that we do. They allow us to celebrate our victories, handle our defeats, and accept the next challenge in front of us. And for the new members of our family, know that you have a room full of family members willing to serve you, support you, laugh with you, and yes, sometimes cry with you. Lean on them. You will be better for having them. And third, it's about our culture, the Sycamore culture. That underpins all that we've accomplished and all that we will accomplish. Now, this culture is one of collaboration, support, and open communication. It is a culture we've worked hard to develop and one that we continue to nurture. It is one that we must sustain in the interest of our students. Now, I've had the distinct honor of watching and participating while the power of that culture takes on some extremely difficult challenges head on. Our conversations have not always been easy, but they've been respectful and productive. And because of that, the district culture and the culture in your schools is recognized by our community as one that is positive, it's collaborative, it's nurturing, and one of incredible confidence in what we do for students. The Sycamore community truly values what you do and has confidence that we will do what is right for our students and for our community. We have their support, and this culture will be critical to maintaining it. And you have my absolute commitment that I will do all in my power to nurture that collaborative spirit, sustain our culture of trust, and grow our culture of confidence. And fourth, I firmly believe that there's real power in challenging ourselves to be better every single day. Realistically, we know that some of our challenges come to us from outside sources. Our culture and our relationships have allowed us to meet these challenges and will continue to do so. Now, the real challenges I'm talking about are those that make us better in service to students and to each other. It's that instructional technique that will elevate our practice to another level, or that technology tool that could connect that lesson for students on a higher plane. It is that team collaboration around what is right for students, or that parent outreach that envelops another partnership for your school. Whatever it is, I challenge you to step forward to make yourself better, make your classroom better, and make this district even better. Know that you have people who are there to help you be better, to support you in this journey. Edmund Lee speaks directly to this by saying, surround yourself with dreamers and doers, the believers and the thinkers, but most of all, surround yourself with those who see the greatness within you when you don't see it yourself. And finally, the power of family is so critical to all that we do. We speak of the Sycamore family as simply not words, but the actions around it. It is how we take care of each other when things do not go well. It is how we celebrate when our best laid plans come to fruition. It is a powerful feeling, one that our newest members feel from the moment they begin interviewing to when they are formally hired. It is one that you can feel in each of our buildings, in each of our classrooms. And I will continue to nurture the essence of the Sycamore family, and I ask you to join me. Now, parallel to this, I implore you to nurture your own family. Our jobs are tough enough, and I know, and I've witnessed that you will devote an incredible amount of time to your Sycamore family. Please make sure to take care of your family. Spend time with them. Enjoy them. Now, I've been blessed by the outpouring of this Sycamore family, and as it has welcomed my family to this community. So as Robin, Megan, Madison, and I have moved into the community, the level of support shown to my family during an incredible summer of change has been overwhelming and has touched our hearts. So in 2 days, my youngest daughter, Madison, will walk the great halls of Sycamore High School. And in 3 days, my oldest daughter will be an incoming freshman at Xavier University. I gotta leave it alone. Here's what I know. I know they have the support of the Sycamore family. Please join me in committing to making meaningful time for our own families. So as we approach a new school year, it is important to reflect and acknowledge all that you accomplished last year. Without question, we were challenged, Our new evaluation systems pushed us to concerning levels of anxiety. We asked very real questions. What is the intent of this evaluation? Is it equitable? How will I do? What will my rating be? And simply, can I get it all done? The new testing requirements taxed you as well. You struggled with getting your students ready for the new format. You worried about lost instructional time for preparation and time lost to instructional time lost to testing. And most importantly, you agonized about the impact this testing was having on your students. And through it all, you did what Sycamore teachers do. You persevered. You leaned on our culture. You leaned on your Sycamore family and your desire to be better and to do what is right. And you did all that while doing everything else that was on your plate and important for students. And you never, ever wavered from your commitment to them. There was and is so much more beyond the evaluations and the testing that you do for students that speaks to you as caring educators. The efforts you individually and collectively put forth to help a child or support a family are unparalleled. Your ability to put everything else in perspective and focus on what matters, our students, sets you apart as the best faculty in the state of Ohio. And I want to tell you that right now. Congratulations. Now, regrettably, many of your efforts go unrecognized, and frequently the media and outside influencers focus on what we don't do well, and what we should do better. What they fail to recognize are those hidden stories, those that don't equal letter grades, or words like accomplished, developing, proficient, or accelerated. It is those kinds of stories that demonstrate what you do on a daily basis in the service to students. So that ends here, and that ends now. We as a family are going to take some necessary time to recognize a few amazing examples that you and your colleagues put forth in the service of students and families. It is the Sycamore family doing what we do and is representative of what you all do on a daily basis. And for our new staff, look around. This is what you're joining. Now, I could stand up here and I could do this recognition. I could tell these stories, but I'm guessing that it might mean a little more coming directly from those you serve, your students and families. So I'd like you to please take a moment to hear 3 amazing stories of the power of the Sycamore family.
God could not have given us a better school.
So I feel like I do have a family there, with a good support system.
There's no way I'd be where I am today without Sycamore.
And I have a 24-year-old, Eric Gardner. He is special need and he's mental health. Eric graduated from Sycamore High School. Eric also goes to UC Blue Ash, but he's been working at UPS for 6 years. Very independent. And then I have TJ, who's 21, and he goes to UK. He went to Sycamore schools all the way up until he got to high school. And then I have Kiara, came to me 5 years old, couldn't read, couldn't write. So she came to me when she was 5, she's 9. And then I have Sweet Nante, who got a 21-year-old mind, but 7 years old. My son Eric and TJ, they all went to private school. But I noticed Eric was struggling a lot in elementary school. So I said, you know what, I need to stop paying all this tuition and find a good school district that has the excellence of education program. And that's how we decided to move to Sycamore School. Anything I needed to help. Even the superintendent of Sycamore School called me on my cell phone and said, you know, I heard about Eric Gardner. What do you need from me? What do you need? We don't want him to fail. And they always have taken the extra step for my kids, my older kids and my younger kids. When Kiara came, Nate was 3 years old, so he was in preschool. So she came at 5 years old. The school was so good where they hurried up and got all her records as far as the different Head Starts she attended and got her ready for school, and they assessed her right away and said, you know what? She don't need only half a day kindergarten, she need a full day. Kiara just feel a sense of, I belong to a family. Not, I'm going from one shelter to one shelter. When I want to eat, now I feel like she's more confident and where she could really shine a little more in her academics. She loves school. That girl loves school. She tries so hard. Nate struggles with not seeing his father. So it's just, there was a inconsistency a lot in his life. Or one minute father's there, one minute father's not there. And I think when he was coming to school, he was shown that his behavior. I would count on the day when I get the call, Nate can't come back. That's what I was counting. It didn't happen. They was able to deal with his behavior. And I think the reason why is because we was consistent, where every week we knew we communicate, do some stuff in the classroom as far as the sensory, stimulation, just to kind of help him. But I think now, since he's able to control his body a little bit more, able to focus a little bit more, he's able to pick up on the academic a little bit better speed, like his peers. So now he's so confident in his reading that he can read a whole Dr. Seuss book like this. They just feel safe, They know that they got a group of teachers or adults at the school that would just bend over backwards for them.
I was at Sycamore my entire life, like from kindergarten all the way through. And I really feel like it shaped me. Right now I go to the University of Chicago. I just finished my first year. I've created my own startup with my best friend from second grade, who also was great student at Sycamore, Nick Hershey. We recognized that our education at Sycamore was like pretty amazing, and that we had access to a lot of things that maybe other students wouldn't have access to. We wanted to create a tool that could help students from everywhere just do something simple like write a research paper better. It allows you to search, save, and cite your sources more efficiently. You couldn't have done it without the opportunities that Sycamore gave us. What I think Sycamore does better than most schools that I know is they have great teachers and great leaders in every single department. Don't realize how much teachers sort of affect your life until later on, we get to a point where we look back and we're like, oh wow, I'm really fortunate to have had like all these amazing teachers and amazing education.
Biff was born in 2008, and he was a healthy, happy baby boy, no problem. And then when he was 5 months old, he got a little bump on his head, and we weren't sure what it was. And it was on a Friday, and that day, the doctor told me that my son had 90% cancer. And they took us to the hospital that day, and we didn't go home for 2 years. He was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and it was very aggressive. So he had 6 months of chemotherapy to try and get it under control, and they couldn't. So after 6 months, they realized he needed a bone marrow transplant, which was done in September 2009. The leukemia went into remission, however, he suffered from complications from it, one of which was the graft versus host disease. We contacted several hospitals across the US, and Los Angeles Children's Hospital was the one that was willing to help us. We sold everything that we had. We needed to come back with quite a large sum of money. And then in December last year, we were struck again. He was diagnosed with a secondary cancer, skin cancer. We were only supposed to come for evaluation and then go back to LA. But we just fell in love with Cincinnati. We realized we were in Sims Elementary, so we went for an interview there and we got it enrolled. And oh my goodness, honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. The first day of school, we walked through the doors, we turned around, waved goodbye to Daddy, and off he went down the hallway. And he was so confident, and so it was right. It was the right time, it was the right school, it was the right people. It just, as I said, it couldn't have been more perfect. And literally, he walked through those doors, and it was like he'd grown up. The school with their different programs that are especially for Reef and his needs, They introduced a speech device so that he could start to communicate. And that's been amazing because it's given him, he was so frustrated because people just didn't understand what he was trying to say. And now with the speech device, he's able to communicate, and in school, he's able to kind of choose colors and shapes and things that he wouldn't be able to verbalize. They've opened this door for him to communicate with the world.
How do you feel about going back to school, Ricky?
The fact that he was so accepted at Sims, I think, has boosted his confidence and made his school experience a wonderful one that I think is going to be a stepping stone for him to enjoy his school for the rest of his life.
3 words to describe Sycamore. 13 incredible years.
Proactive, diverse love.
Outstanding, accommodating, and just angels. Just real angels on earth.
Wow. So it's my honor and pleasure to welcome Brian Waterhouse and the Carnison family, including Reef. Can you please come forward? This is why we do what we do. So I'd like to just briefly, because I really appreciate these great people coming to our stage today. Reef, you're doing great, buddy. Brian, thank you. Just a few words you'd like to say to this great faculty that's in front of you.
I just want to say thank you to every teacher that I've had over my 13 years at Sycamore. Like I said in the video, I don't think I really could be where I am today without every teacher, not even teachers I had, every teacher at Sycamore, every administrator, everyone in the faculty. It's been amazing, and I'm never, ever going to forget it.
Good morning, everyone. We've come a very long way to get here, all the way from South Africa, and it's been a very long trip and a very taxing experience on us. But I can say definitely that Cincinnati and the school district that we're in has made us feel like a home and like a family again. We had a very broken family when our son was first diagnosed, and we didn't really have much of an opportunity to experience normal family life. And Cincinnati and this amazing school district and these amazing teachers have given us that opportunity to finally be a family again and have some normality in our lives. And we cannot ever thank you enough for what you've done for us and for our beautiful little boy. So thank you so much.
Are you ready to go back to school? Do you love school? Can you wave to all your friends out there? Let's give them a round of applause. Well, that puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? It really focuses our energy around what matters most. In 2 words, we serve. If you were any part of the successes of those great stories, would you please stand and be recognized by your family? So these were 3 examples of your service, of your impact. Now your day of learning today is about those practices that you employ in your classrooms that are most impactful for student success. As we begin this year, and as I wrote to you, our work and our momentum continues, and I challenged our leadership teams at the district and building levels to refine our practices on and analyzing our data on students. We are molding our practices at the district level and how our leadership team collaborates around the important information on students. Your building leaders are doing the same and be working with their administrative teams and your teacher-based teams to refine practices around data analysis and, most importantly, what we do with that data to inform our instruction. Second, you've invested so much energy in your skills around formative instructional practices. Now, utilizing that data you collect and those strategies to inform what you do with students on a daily, weekly, lesson by lesson, unit by unit basis is a critical component to our success with students. And it's incumbent upon us to continue that momentum. The research is clear on the impact size of teacher clarity, effective feedback, and the power of visible learners. When we think about our students and what we do to serve them, we leave no stone unturned and we reach for the stars. And finally, our day of learning reinforces the power of blended learning strategies that only enhances our formative instructional practices. As you collaborate with your colleagues today, carefully consider how these high-impact strategies will add tools to your toolbox as you build strong foundations for students. So, in closing, I'm continually reminded of the importance of what we do to ensure our future. In a little over 2 days, our halls will be blessed with the energy our students bring. And as your superintendent and your colleague, I feel blessed to feel your passion for our profession, your commitment to serve your students, and your sense of family as we begin the 2015-16 school year. Please know that you do make a difference, and this difference is recognized and it is appreciated. Sycamore is truly a special place because of you. You have my heartfelt gratitude, and know you have my support as we do what is necessary in the service of students. Have a great day of learning and an awesome school year. Yes.
Fantastic presentation.
Thank you. Who's that?
You want enough talk. Let's dance.
Let's dance?
I have a question.